But now you're 10 years in on the Strolid side of being able to provide this service to anybody really that would be interested. But do you think dealers that they appreciate when you're talking cost versus value? You think they appreciate the fact that there's so much value in what you've already
Sure.
found?
You know,
Operational efficiency, training, consistency, transparency, working in the CRM. I think that's probably a big
the
miss.
challenge with car guys and car gals, Sean. The challenge with car guys and car gals is when I tell them these things, they because they're entrepreneurs, especially the GMs and the owners of these dealerships. Well, if
Yeah.
you can do it, how can you do it better than me? I can do it. I'm a car guy. Like, I can do anything. And
Yeah.
that's great. And I love them for that. And I'm probably the way I am because I spent so much time. I spent 17 years in retail. The challenge, I would challenge that and say, why do you want to do all that when we could do it all for you? And so they can say, well, it's cheaper and my salespeople should be handling leads. Okay, great. I don't disagree with that, but they know as well as I do that the salespeople aren't sitting at a CRM all day long. And that replies are coming in and texts are coming in and replies are going back and texts are going and emails are going back and phone calls are coming in and they're trying to sell cars. So I always knew from the time I started this that this was an expense for a dealer. But when you talk about cost versus value, how much are you losing by not spending money to make sure up this portion, this critical portion of your business? How much are you losing? So that's a cost versus value statement. And I would challenge anybody on that. We had a dealer try to give us cancellation and it was a cost thing because I understand dealers are under a lot of pressure right now, expense cutting and all that. And so I told the dealer, I'm like, listen, we've only been with you 60 days and it's new to him too, right? I said, did you know that we scheduled 90 more appointments and 67% more shows in the last 60 days than you did the previous 60 days before us? Not to mention you sold 180 cars for the first time in a while in January when everyone was in trouble, dying. And then he's like, well, it's not my decision. My team felt like they could do it themselves. And I hear that from time to time. And he's like, why don't you talk to the general manager? Because I was talking to the owner and see what he thinks. So I call the general manager and he's like, what are you talking about? I love you guys. Like, I don't want to cancel.
Is this a rogue GSM or something?
Yeah. So, it was just kind of comical. But I think the owner, when I told them that, he wasn't really paying attention to that. Right. He was being told.
Nobody wants this.
And I love the guy. The guy's a great guy. I think he was just being told by maybe some of his management team, right? Oh, we're not seeing that much of a lift. It's like, okay, here's some data, here's some information. So the reason I bring that up is because value and cost are they're both important. I mean, I run a business, so I don't want to. It's funny, Sean. I don't like spending money unless I see I'm getting value. But I have no problem spending money when I'm getting value. So he just wasn't seeing the value because he wasn't looking at the CRM of the data and stuff like that. He's the owner. But the general manager saw it right away, Yeah. So I just did a training on this perception versus perspective, right? The perception of outsourcing a BDC to some might be, unusual, unorthodox. I need to have my own team internally. But at the end of the day, we're delivering a consistent, professional approach to your customers every single day on every single lead and on every single call and on every single follow-up. And you can see all that in your CRM, plus reporting, plus insights, plus reliability, plus transparency. So it's just, that's why, if I talk to dealers, whether they sign up with us or not, they always leave conversation with us saying, wow, sounds really, really good. I've actually had dealers say that sounds too good to be true,